The thing that I have loved the most about Team Hired is being a newer agent in this industry. It has been really helpful to have someone to bounce kind of candidates back and forth with, like, here's what I'm thinking is they're really strong and they bring to the table, but you do this every single day. What are the strengths and weaknesses that you see in these people? Because interviewing is new to me. And so it's been really important to have that kind of feedback as I have several candidates and I'm looking to narrow that down and make a decision. I'm excited to say that we actually had to pause our interviews because we got so many good candidates in the pipeline that we really didn't need to move forward. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. I think it's just such a time piece. It's to have all these people in front of you and be able to interact with everybody and hear, who's going to raise their hand and speak up. But also, if I was to try to interview that many candidates in my office one by one, gosh, that time part is so efficient. So I think that's really time versus money, right? Before I decided to invest in Team Hired, I did a little bit of research in some insurance groups that I'm in, and I wanted the best. So I Googled Team Hired and I looked for whose name I found consistently, which was Brittany's. And so I was super, super excited when I got to work with you. And I think what's really cool is that I actually feel like I made a friend, first of all. And I think, like, when we were running into some hardships, because that's going to happen, you were so quick to pivot and go, okay, we got to try this. And okay, we got a little more traction. I'm in a rural area. I'm not in a big city. So it wasn't as black and white as having, 100 candidates. So you had to get creative. And I was really impressed by that. And it made a difference. It made all the difference. My favorite part about working alongside you is, again, your personality, for one. You're very easy to talk to. And in moments where I felt like, hey, I don't have this put together, what would you recommend? And you were so quick to send me resources or provide things that I would say are honestly probably outside of the job description, if you will. Like when I'm like, hey, what about a telemarketer? You were like, hey, I've got some stuff I can send you on that to get to be a guide for you. So I think you just really went above and beyond. Even if, gosh, there was that time where I was running late to one of our calls, you're like, I got this. So I felt like you really, really had my back. I would circle back to what I said a few minutes ago with time versus money. The time that it would take you to find people, to be on these job boards every single day, to be scheduling meetings and phone interviews and all these that is so time consuming. So you really have to look at the investment of money into someone taking that kind of time off your hands. And you guys are used to seeing these resumes every single day. So again, just for me looking and studying and trying to compare candidates, it was just really nice to work with someone who is experienced and could go, these are not somebody you'd want to consider. These are really good, and this is why. So for me, it really boiled down to time versus money, 100%. And working with you specifically was, again, just the knowledge that you bring to the table, and your ability to get creative when, we were having a slow response, or I don't know. I feel like you're kind of my buddy in this.
We are definitely buddies, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I just appreciated your feedback and your insight, and I really took that to heart.